Monsieur Avin, I hope you're able to see my screen now. Donc aujourd'hui, on va parler par rapport aux conduites à éviter en français. Okay? So, as we know, miscommunication happen most of the time when we don't know when to use the word or when to use an expression. Okay? So there are some expressions in French that you can use in the formal area, which you can also use in the area. But you have to keep in mind that whatever informal, you are not allowed to use it in a formal area. French is very strict about it. Okay? So in the formal area, you can call someone, you have to keep on calling someone vous. If I'm addressing myself to you, I will always use the pronoun vous. But if we are in a formal area, let's say I'm around my friend or you are around your friend, you can use tu or vous. But in a professional area, vous utilisez toujours le pronom vous. Maintenant, ici, il y a ce qu'on appelle false friend, OK? Les faux amis en français. Les faux amis en français sont des mots qui ont l'impression de donner un caractère formel à votre dire, pendant qu'ils maintiennent leur caractère informel. So what we call false friend in French are words that look or sound similar in English and French, but they have different meaning. OK? Donc, nous avons actuellement en français utilisé it mean currently, OK, in French. Not actually. Sensible. Sensible en français, ça veut dire sensitive, not sensible in English. Donc, il y a des mots en français qui, peut-être à première vue, vous penserez qu'ils expriment les mêmes expressions qu'en anglais, ce qui n'est pas le cas. Donc, nous avons un petit tableau ici où nous avons essayé d'énumérer quelques faux amis, which is called false friends in French. Actuellement, actually doesn't mean actuellement. Okay? Affaire doesn't mean affaire in French. Currently, not couramment. Grave, not. Grave, not grave. Habit, habit. Journey, journée. Pain, pain. Préservatif, préservatif. To prevent, prévenir. To rest, rester. Okay? So those words that you have on your left side on the screen, okay, they might look like the meaning in English is not the same thing as in French. So even though the grammar or how they have been written look similar, they don't mean the same thing. OK? Nous avons ici des baskets. Des baskets ici ne veulent pas dire un panier, un bras. Des baskets, trainer, un panier et basket, un bras, un soutien-gorge, un bus, une voiture, la chaise, une chaise, du pain, la douleur. Okay? So pain, which is pain, meaning when you are feeling pain, it doesn't mean pain in French. The same way it has been written, it means bread. Okay? Le pain, French bread. Okay? Donc, habit, which is what you keep on doing. The meaning in French is habit, clothes. Un habit. When you're coming to grave, which is a grave, en français, ça veut dire grave, like when something is deeply serious. Okay? Donc, you have to pay attention whenever you're using some word because some of them might look like French, might look like false friend. Donc, nous avons les faux amis partiels. Qu'est-ce que j'appelle les faux amis partiels? Ce sont ces mots-là qui grammatiquement ne s'écrivent pas nécessairement de la même manière, Et en plus, leur signification n'est pas la même chose. OK? Nous avons peut-être la circulation qui veut dire trafic, dramatique, tragique, manifester, means demonstrate, march, OK? Perfume, flavor, OK? Et souvenir qui veut dire memory. Donc, si vous regardez ces mots-là, ne s'écrivent même pas de la même manière, mais ils ont des significations similaires. So here, those partial false friends, they are not even written the same way, okay? But they keep the same meaning. Are we together, Monsieur Avenue? Hello? Okay, thank you. Donc, ici, we have misunderstanding. Okay, misunderstanding may occur due to pronunciation. So whenever you are expressing yourself in French, you have to pay attention to the pronunciation. Okay? Because when you pronounce it, especially when it comes to verbs, when you don't pronounce your verb properly, it means something else. Donc, votre verbe a une autre interprétation ou a une autre signification lorsque vous ne le prononcez pas de la bonne manière. In French, we value politeness, okay? You have to keep on being polite in French and also precise in the language. When you're expressing yourself, there's three things that you have to be careful with: the pronunciation, the meaning of the word you're using, and also you have to be polite. So rather than guessing, it's always best to politely ask for a clarification to avoid confusion. Okay, so we have a chart on the screen now between a subject one and subject two. Okay, so I'm looking for the Discovery Channel dinosaur site, which has picture of dinosaur and game. Are you looking for dinosaur books? No, just the Discovery Channel website. Are you looking for meat-eating or plant-eating dinosaur? I'm not sure. Okay, so c'est un dialogue entre deux individus relatifs aux dinosaures où je pense que l'individu est allé à la bibliothèque pour chercher des documents relatifs aux dinosaures. Maintenant, pour paraître beaucoup plus ironique, ils ont eu à discuter par rapport au caractère des dinosaures. Yes, il n'y a pas de dinosaures qui mangent des plantes. OK? Donc, lorsqu'on continue, whenever you are discussing with someone and he says something that you are not getting, or you say something that you're not hearing, which is we have some polite way to ask the person. Pourriez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? So could you please repeat that? Whenever you want someone to come again on something that he said and you didn't hear properly, you use this expression. Pourriez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Que veut dire ce mot? So what does this word mean? Pourriez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît? So the s'il vous plaît is what's mean here, please. So whenever you want to request something from someone, please do try to use s'il vous plaît, either at the end or at the beginning. So if it's not, most of the time, whenever it is a question, we use s'il vous plaît at the end, okay? But whenever it's an affirmation, s'il vous plaît, donnez-moi la clé. S'il vous plaît, gardez-moi ce document. S'il vous plaît, puis-je m'asseoir? So the s'il vous plaît here is what mean please. Je ne suis pas sûr d'avoir bien compris. I'm not sure if I understood that correctly. I'm not sure if I understood that correctly. So these are the expressions that you can use to ask someone to repeat or either come on again on something that he just said and you didn't hear properly, or you didn't understand. All right, Monsieur Ahmed. Hello. If you're able to hear me and follow me, can you please type yes in the chat? All right, thank you. So here, apart from using s'il vous plaît, we have here excusez-moi. Okay, we use polite phrase like excusez-moi before asking. So let's say you go somewhere, you go to an office, and you need orientation regarding where to go or who to ask something to. You use excusez-moi. So, excusez-moi, pouvez-vous m'aider? Excusez-moi, pouvez-vous m'orienter? So, when you use excusez-moi, is when you want to ask something. Okay. There is one thing that you have to avoid saying in French, which is quoi. So, when someone is talking to you and you are not understanding, you are not getting, you should avoid saying quoi. Quoi mean what? It sounds rude and it's basically rude for us in French. Whenever someone is talking to you and you are saying quoi, okay? So instead of saying quoi, you can use those expressions that we studied about in the previous slide. Pourriez-vous répéter s'il vous plaît? Pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît? Je ne suis pas sûr d'avoir bien compris. So these are the expressions that you can use whenever you are discussing with someone and you're not able to understand what he's saying and you want him to repeat or you want him to come again on what he said. Okay? So instead of using pourriez-vous expliquer s'il vous plaît, could you please repeat again? You can just say to the person, c'est bien ça. Like you repeat what the person said, okay? And you add at the end, c'est bien ça. C'est bien ça here is just to let the person confirm, okay? If you actually got what he said by repeating. Okay? Repeat what you understood and ask, c'est bien ça? Which means, is that correct? Donc, quand vous avez une discussion en français, can I ask you a question? Of course, you can, dear. As soon as you just say bonjour, until I read my paper. Through this illustration, you have to understand that whenever you meet someone for the first time, okay, and even though you are just asking for orientation, you have to firstly tell the person, you have to greet the person, bonjour, monsieur. Just try to have a 2 or 1 minute discussion or one minute greeting discussion with the person, just to be familiar before asking your question. So let's say I went somewhere, okay, and I'm not able to find my way. So I will just say to the person, bonjour monsieur, comment allez-vous? You say bien, bien, je vais bien chez vous. And I will say bien also. Before asking the person, puis-je vous poser une question? So when I say to the person, puis-je vous poser une question? Is me asking him, can I ask you a question? And he will say yes. He will definitely say yes because I came to him and I was polite. All right? Donc, lorsque vous utilisez ce qu'on a étudié comme les faux amis, okay? So when you use all the false friends that you have learned and let the other participant understand the real meaning. So when you are expressing yourself, okay, and you intend to use some of the word that we studied about previously as false friend. Okay? You have to be able to understand the meaning. Vous devez être en mesure de comprendre l'interprétation de vos propos et de comprendre la profondeur des mots que vous avez utilisés. Donc, en français, lorsque vous faites une phrase et vous vous exprimez, vous devez d'abord être en mesure de bien comprendre la signification des mots avant de les employer. So, to summarize everything, whenever you are expressing yourself in French, you have to avoid, firstly, you have to avoid using false friend that you don't understand the meaning. Before using a false friend word, you have to understand the meaning before I'm applying it in the sentence. You have to be polite. We have some expression that we study about that you can use whenever you want someone to clarify something that he said. Okay. So if you don't want to keep all those sentences in your mind, you can just repeat what the person said previously and ask him, c'est bien ça, which means, is that correct? So it's up to the person now to confirm, yes, you actually got my point, or no, you misunderstood me. Are we together, Monsieur Ahmed? Hello. I was hoping you were able to use your microphone so that we can have a discussion just to practice most of the expression that we just studied about today. Yes, that's it for today. That's what we were learning about today. So apart from it's good to understand and get the expression, I hope you're able to note down those expressions that you can use and what to avoid. You have to also avoid saying quoi because it sounds really rude. It's very disrespectful when someone is discussing with you and you are using quoi, like quoi. Okay? Instead of using quoi, you can use, you can ask the person, pourriez-vous expliquer, s'il vous plaît? Okay? Or you just repeat what the person said or what you understood from what he said, and you add the bien ça for him to confirm. And one more thing, whenever you are asking something to someone, you use excusez-moi before asking. OK? Excusez-moi, pourriez-vous m'aider? Excusez-moi, pourriez-vous m'assister? Excusez-moi, pourriez-vous m'orienter? No, the screen is not stuck. Um, the screen is not stuck. That's the few things we had to learn about today. So for the remaining time, I wanted to have a discussion to help you implement it. But unfortunately, you are not able to open your mic. Hello, hello. I hope were you able to note down the expression that we discussed about today? Hello, Mr. Avinash. Hello, am I audible? Hello, Monsieur Avinash. Yes, as I was saying, that's it for today. That's what we're learning for today. So I wanted to use the remaining time to have a discussion and implement it through a discussion with you, through a dialogue with you. That's why I was hoping that you would be able to open your mic. So apart from that, I hope my screen is still visible. I'm gonna share in the chat some more expression, okay, to ask for clarification of being polite. Okay, let me send. Thank you. Let me send some expression, okay, of politeness in the chat so that you can be able to keep. Okay, so I hope you're able to see it in the chat. So here we have some polite and neutral way of asking for for clarification. Okay, so we have pardon. This is for informal area. Okay, when you're addressing yourself or when you're having a discussion with your friends or your your siblings, you can use this pardon, comment, je n'ai pas bien compris, pouvez-vous répéter s'il vous plaît? Vous pouvez reformuler. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire par là? OK? Donc, when you use, je n'ai pas bien compris, vous pouvez répéter s'il vous plaît. Instead as I didn't quite understand, could you repeat, please? Pouvez-vous reformuler? Can you rephrase? OK? Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire par là? What do you mean by that? OK? So at the same time, we have some expression that we can use in the formal and professional context. OK? Excusez-moi, je ne suis pas sûr d'avoir bien saisi. Pourriez-vous clarifier cela? So excuse me, I'm not sure I understood properly. So could you clarify that? Pourriez-vous préciser ce point, s'il vous plaît? So could you specify this point, please? OK. Je serais reconnaissant si vous pouviez expliquer davantage. So I would be grateful if you could explain further. OK. Je ne suis pas certain de comprendre ce que vous entendez par là. So I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that. So those are the expressions you can use in a formal and professional context. Okay. So when you are asking someone to speak more slowly or repeat, we study about it. You can use pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît? Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? So you can see that the s'il vous plaît kept on coming in most of the expression. Okay. So it's kind of a way for you to adjust, okay, your say as polite. Now, when we're in a classroom, so when you're in the classroom, okay, and when you're in the classroom, okay, and you want me to repeat something that I said or you didn't get me properly, you can say je ne comprends pas ce mot, je ne comprends pas cette phrase. Qu'est-ce que cela veut dire? Okay, So I don't understand this word. I don't understand this sentence. Or what does that mean? Or what does it mean? Okay. Est-ce que vous pouvez donner un exemple? So can you give an example? Est-ce que vous pouvez donner un exemple? C'est la même chose. Is it the same as? C'est la même chose que. So I saw in the chat you say, can you suggest how to avoid debate? Okay. So when you want to avoid a debate with someone, okay, you can just say to the person, je ne suis pas d'humeur ou je n'aimerais pas en discuter. So I'm going to type it in the chat. Je, je n'aimerais pas aborder ce sujet, s'il te plaît. Je n'aimerais pas aborder ce sujet, s'il te plaît. So I wouldn't like to come or discuss about such thing. So je n'aimerais pas aborder ce sujet. Or if it is in a formal area, you can use pouvons passer à autre chose. Pouvons passer à autre chose. Pouvons passer. Pouvons passer à autre chose. Pouvons passer à autre chose. There is a question mark here. So I'm going to send some more expression in the chat for you to be able to have a diversity of expression. Yes, exactly. It's exactly what it means. So there are some expressions that can allow you to shift the discussion without you agreeing. Okay. So I've sent some more expression in the chat. So pouvons-nous passer à autre chose? Mean, can we discuss about something else? Pouvons-nous passer à autre chose? OK. So ici, nous avons des expressions pour changer. Pouvons-nous passer à autre chose? It means could we move to another topic or move to something else? Could we move to something else? Could we talk about something else? OK. Donc ici, j'ai envoyé une liste d'expressions de politesse. OK. Je comprends votre point de vue. OK. So when you say to someone, je comprends votre point de vue, is a way for you to shift the discussion without you agreeing or disagreeing. Okay? Or you can use c'est intéressant, je vais y réfléchir. So it's interesting, I will think about it. Okay? Or chacun a son opinion. So chacun a son opinion is you closing the discussion with because maybe you are not agreeing on each other opinion, okay? And you want to close the discussion without going into more details or spending more time having this kind of discussion. So chacun a son opinion is the expression you can use. Je préfère ne pas entrer dans ce sujet. So I rather not get into that topic. So when you want to set boundaries respectfully, you can say, je pense qu'on ne tombera pas d'accord et ce n'est pas grave. So I think we won't agree and that's okay. Okay? Ce n'est peut-être pas le meilleur moment pour en parler. So this might not be the best time, okay, to discuss about it, to discuss it. Je vous propose qu'on en reste là. So let's leave it at that. Okay? Now, lorsque vous voulez rediriger votre discussion, lorsque vous voulez rediriger peut-être les propos de quelqu'un, you can say, et si on passait à autre chose, as I said previously, et si on passait à autre chose, shall we move on to something else? Okay? Ce sujet est délicat, parlons d'un autre thème. So this topic is sensitive. Okay, so let's talk about something else. Okay? Revenons au sujet revenons au sujet principal, si vous voulez bien. Let's come back to the main topic if you don't mind. Okay. So the latest format that we have is using your humor, okay, to shift the discussion. Oh là là, ce terrain glissant, changeons de sujet, non? So you using your humor is kind of like you just want to shift the discussion by applying your humor, okay? So, on pourrait en parler des heures, mais ce n'est pas l'objectif. So, we could talk about this for hours, but that's not the point right now. Okay. So, you have a list of expressions that you can use to shift a debate. Are we together?